Today, we're going to be listening to the new song Dynasty by Brand of Sacrifice. I love Brand of Sacrifice. I love their last album. I got into them when I heard their song Dark Bloom with We Came as Romans. It was really good, and I was like, who is that? That is not what I remember of We Came as Romans. So I looked up Brand of Sacrifice, and I loved it. So yeah, I'm excited to hear the song and, see if it slaps.
Strength to search. There's course of destruction separated from the body action.
Alright, so I've been noticing this trend in metal recently, or maybe it's just music in general. We have the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, there are like these huge drops, like bass drops or whatever you want to call them, even in metal music. And instead of dropping on one, it drops on like the and, like right after one. And it just goes so hard, and I love it. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, ah! And that's where it comes in. I noticed they've already done this a few times, and I love it. Next, this dude's vocals are wild. When listening to metal music, because I'm a guitarist first and a drummer second, I love the sound of screaming. Like I've always loved it. I never really appreciated the technique of it. I just thought it was a sound. I liked the sound. Then Will Ramos came along, and it was apparent that there's like so much skill in screaming. Obviously, I thought there was skill in screaming, but I guess I didn't know the extent to which there's skill involved. But Kyle Anderson, the lead vocalist, is up there with any of the other vocalists I've ever heard before. The way he goes between highs and lows, and there's so many different tones in his voice. It's awesome. Next, I want to mention how much I love the pace of this song. Obviously, there's a quick tempo, but that's not what I mean at all. I can tell they don't spend too long on one riff before they kind of move on to something else, like right before it gets stale and right before you get too comfortable. So it's not like it's just heavy, 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 heavy. Like we have heavy, and then we have blast beats, and then we go into a groove, and then we go into a slow melodic part too, and it's constantly fresh. So I'm digging that aspect too. There it is. That was weird. We are so dead. What's going on? There it is. What? Woo! Jeez, dude. That gave me some goosebumps, for sure. My heart's going. Ooh, that was sick. And the choir part. Yeah. That was sick, dude. Hold on, I gotta go back. I gotta listen to that breakdown one more again. Oh, I found it. All right. Alright, so the thing I love about breakdowns of this style is the use of space. They use so much space and they use so much silence. It's not really silence, it's more like ambient. I feel like I'm in a house full of zombies and I need to be quiet so that they can't find me. And the timing is just off enough so that you don't know when they're gonna come back in. And that tension, it just builds so much tension that when it's released, it hits so hard. It sounds so good and it makes it so heavy. Songs like this and bands like this are just changing the game. Like, I don't even know what genre this would be. I don't know, some people call it deathcore, other people call it death metal. I really think it's a new brand because, I mean, I never really listened to much death metal or much deathcore like before Lorna Shore. Because I honestly didn't even know that it was considered death metal. But if this is what death metal is, I'm all in. One other touch that I really liked there at the end was the little children's choir hits in the back. It's like perfectly syncopated. Beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop beep. It's not anything too complicated. It has this like ambient reverb that just fits in like perfectly with the sound, and it just adds that extra layer of heaviness, especially with the suddenly like fast picking. There's not like much like in the whole song until towards the very end, and then they add those vocal hits on there. It just ties everything together and makes the ending just different enough that it makes it sound and feel like super satisfying. So if you couldn't tell, I love the song. It's hard not to say good things about it. I don't know if they're coming out with a new album. As they also released another single called Exodus. So I'm obviously looking forward to hearing some more from Brand of Sacrifice. Very good song. Loved it. Thank you for giving me goosebumps today. Any day you get goosebumps from listening to music or anything, like it's a rare thing to feel anymore. Thanks for that experience. I appreciate it. I'll see you next time.